and we will go directly into our work session. Mr. Schilling?
Thank you very much. I have two items for you today, and the first one is a transfer of a parcel to Steinsville, the town of Steinsville. And this parcel is one that was obtained by a company through a tax sale process, and they about in 2012 they quitclaimed the parcel to the county. And we received a communication from the town of Steinsville that they would like the county to transfer that parcel to the town so that they can establish a small park and flower garden on the site. And this parcel is located across the street to the west from the school. And so the process involves, if you choose to approve this, commissioner's approval, then it would have to go to the council for approval. And Steinsville Town Board would have to adopt this substantially similar resolution accepting the parcel. So this is the first step in the process.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, Commissioner Givens?
No, it just is nice that it'll stay green space, at least according to the original letter that we got. It's really nice.
Yes, I'm always pleased when people plant gardens. It makes you feel good. All right, and Mr. Schilling, would you like to go on to your next item?
Thank you. The next item is an ordinance to implement a recent change in the state code. And this would add Chapter 207 to the Monroe County Code titled Cybersecurity Incident Reporting. So in the last session, the legislature requires now that any cybersecurity incident experienced by a county or a local government has to be reported to the State Office of Information Technology and within 2 business days. And it has to be reported by an identified reporter. So this ordinance would establish the code chapter which has the appropriate definitions, designates at this point 2 primary reporters, and then they're listed as the Chief Technology Officer of the Monroe County Technical Services Department, which is Eric Evans at this time, and the Commissioner's Administrative Assistant, who is Angie Purdy. And you can also add additional reporters to this if you like. So I think it's important to have more than one reporter in case that reporter is on vacation and something happens. And the only problem with having too many reporters is that they need to coordinate, and so that one reporter doesn't think the other reporter has done the job. So right now we just have 2 listed, and that can change if you like before we put this on the agenda for the regular session. If you so choose, we can add people. And that's just about it.
Thank you. Any questions or comments, Commissioner Givens?
Well, a couple. I think it would be good if we would ask both Ms. Purdy and Mr. Evans if they think that anyone else should be added, as a reporter. But also, I didn't know what some of these terms were that were in this. What is vulnerability exploitation? What is zero-day exploitation? Distributed denial of service. I don't know. Sorry, I should have looked them up, but when I was reading through this, I'm like, what are these things?
Yeah, I'm hoping that Eric is on and he can address those. They just sound bad to me, so I didn't question it.
I do not believe that Mr. Evans is on, so we will just have to. Ms. Purdy, do you happen to know?
Oh, no, I have no clue. But what I did want to say is, because this is actually my first time looking at it also since I've been out of the office. And I think that what we're going to want to do is put Highland, our insurance provider, as a reporter, because that's where if there's any cybersecurity issues, they're going to be directly involved. Or am I missing something, Dave?
No, whoever you think would be helpful. to get this reported. And regarding those terms, Penny, we can have those answers for you at the regular session.
Yes,
Well, I think it would be a way to educate the public too on these kinds of issues.
yes, the definition would definitely be appreciated. Um, they are kind of
Yeah.
intimidating sounding terms.
Yeah, we're defining terms within a definition, so we'll get that.
Yeah, layer on layer.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Schilling. Is there anything more? I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to ask Ms. Purdy, in her recommendation to include Highland, it indicates in this that we have to indicate what type of data or whatever kind of breach and stuff there was. Will they have as rapid, will they know within 2 days the way you or Mr. Evans would know what that is?
Yeah, I think that they're going to know it because we're going to reach out to them the minute there's a data breach of any kind or any kind of cybersecurity situation that's going to occur. We're already set up where we can just terminate our connectivity, so you will, so we can protect our data. We have to, by our insurance that we have for our cybersecurity, notify them immediately. They can then send actually a specialized crew in which this is what they all, that's all their focus is on data breaches and things of that nature. So yeah, they're the ones who are going to really fill this out for us based on my very limited knowledge of this particular issue, which I just learned right now. But I do know about our cyber insurance liability plan that we have. So I do know what they do.
Thank you.
So Angie, as far as a term in there, we've kept the designations general for purposes of the ordinance. Would that just be the county's cyber insurance carrier, or?
Yes,
Okay.
that would be, yeah. I think that'd be best because we will be potentially looking at other options for that we currently have.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything more on this topic? No? Okay, thank you. I believe Ms. Cottle has a contract with IU that she would like to discuss with us.
Yes, thank you. We were going over this yesterday with legal. We had an MOU with Indiana University for contact tracing for COVID this past past year. And that was wonderful, allowed them to essentially do contact tracing on our behalf for people that were affiliated with the university. As you know, this last year, the state kind of took over the bulk of the contact tracing, and then the local health departments filled in where people were unable to be located or those kinds of things, as well as continued our normal contact tracing for other communicable diseases. So we would like, and we've talked with IU, we would all like to extend this contract through the 21-22 school year as well. So just wanted to bring that up. It kind of, honestly, it ended June 30th and school's out right now. It's kind of not a big deal, but boy, those end times come very quickly and you're like, oh my gosh, that we need to talk about that. So that's why it is on your work session agenda. If you'd like, we can bring it to you next week for actual signatures, but just wanted to bring it up to you that we would like to continue it. There's no money involved. It was just an agreement about sharing of the work.
Questions or comments, Commissioner Gibbons?
Well, I thought I was as up to date as possible on what was going to be on the work session, so I haven't seen anything to actually make a motion to continue it.
Yes, and we can bring it, as I said, this kind of came up late yesterday, so just wanted to bring it to your attention, and we can put it on next week, Wednesday's agenda for actual approval. I don't think that that is a problem at all. I just wanted to make you aware that it will be coming. And if you had questions, we were happy to address them.
Thank you. And I believe Mr. Cockrell has a couple items for us.
Yeah, one will be real quick. We found a typo in resolution 2021-33. And so it's a Scribner's error, but I wanted to kind of read what the now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Monroe County, Indiana as follows. It is meant to read, we find that the attached interlocal agreement, which is incorporated herein as Exhibit A, is necessary to serve the residents of Monroe County. I had some additional language in that one, which was not relevant to the extension of the agreement with the trustees. So I just wanted to make sure you were aware that error was there and that it's been rectified. The other item I have, and again, this is fairly preliminary, is we have reached out to Financial Solutions Group to kind of assist with the American Rescue Plan Act Fund. I'm trying to get that acronym right. As far as lost income due to the COVID-19, which is an allowable use of that to figure out how much we did lose. Response to theirs was, and I would say I've talked about this off and on with the council for a few years now about doing kind of a bigger sustainability, financial sustainability plan, including a review of the capital improvement plan and some of the other miscellaneous items that I think is going to be necessary if we ever intend to do a larger bond to keep our bond rating at a solid level. And so the work that in the quote for just the lost income was 5 to 750,000, or no, 5,000 to 7,500, not 750,000. That's way too much. And that total price for a not to exceed for that kind of larger scope is 25,000. So, you know, I think we need to have some more conversations with the council. I think it really is a document that supports them. So we want to make sure that they were comfortable and wanting to move forward with it. Preliminary talks with a couple of the council members seem to indicate that they thought this was a positive step. And so I think I wanted to bring it to your attention that we're talking about it. And I think it still needs to maybe be more thoroughly vetted with the council before any decision is made.
Thank you. Any questions or comments, Commissioner Givens?
No, I look forward to seeing this and seeing more detail. Thank you.
Will you be taking this directly to the council, or should we plan on bringing it up at our work session, our joint work session?
I'm going to talk to the auditor's office. I think given the amount of money from the federal government that's sitting there, we may want to do it a little quicker than waiting till August. I know I'm going to be at their July work session. I don't know. I guess I don't know if that'll be the most convenient time for the council to look at it, because that is going to have the Baker-Tilly study as well. And so I want to make sure that they have a chance to review it and give me feedback.
Okay, thank you. And is that all you have?
That's all I have.
All right. Is there anyone else who has anything? And it doesn't look like it to me. So this work session is adjourned. Thank you.